And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending time with us. We appreciate the calls, uptick in calls lately. People reaching out, want to get connected with Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial, all about your investments and retirement, capital, tax, and wealth. We'll also talk about some of the lead stories happening right now. While Florida is passing significant tax reform with the ultimate goal to eliminate property taxes on primary residences, meanwhile, New York is redefining what a mother and father means and taking it through the House, through their state Senate. And there's a bill that's passed up there. Absolute insanity. So we'll discuss that as well. And also, Mark's brought a great topic today, how to utilize art with today's tax code, how to use art as write-offs with today's tax code. And, yeah, there's a Hunter Biden joke somewhere in there. So you also have 172,000 jobs added in May. President Trump's economy outperforming the expectations once again. And also, we've got an interesting visual of the week as well. We've got a map of America and where Americans moved in 2025. It's going to show you the in-migration, out-migration, and you can guess which states are gaining residents versus losing residents. Of course, California, New York, and Illinois, some of the top losers. And surprisingly, Kansas was a top loser, 19.6%. But, of course, they're moving to the South. They're moving to South Carolina, number one state in the country in terms of in-migration for 2025. So we'll touch base on that as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great lineup. Mark, give us a little teaser of what we're going to talk about today, my friend.
Yep, we're going to be talking about how do you value art.
Yeah,
you know, I was so confused until I read that tax code, and now I understand how to value art.
Is that why you see all the movies and even like the 1980s movies, you know, they're going through the art museums and they're like staring at this little piece of artwork that has a little line in the middle of it. Oh, intriguing.
Yeah. I'll buy it for $12 million.
Yeah.
Well, we'll figure we'll go through why they're buying it for $12 million.
Yeah, exactly. Why they're buying these overpriced art pieces. And maybe that's why Hunter had such a good art career there towards the end.
$500,000 to scribble. He
had maybe a habit to support. I don't know. There's something there. All right, so we'll get into that here in just a moment. We like to feature our listings on air as well. We've got some beautiful listings, about 50 current listings. As you know, my wife Lindsay and I own a top real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and we always feature our properties on air. 6085 Bahia Del Mar. This is a cash cow as a rental as well, by the way. This is a turnkey rental unit in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Del Mar Boulevard South, number 106. It's a 1145 square feet, quarter-acre lot, and you have a ground floor corner condo, and it's a turnkey, fully furnished residence, and it looks like something out of a travel magazine or something. It really does. You've got those beautiful terracotta tile, the roofing there, but you've got the center of the community. You've got a beautiful pool. You also have a clubhouse there, access to the Gulf, and beautiful bridge in the background that takes you right over to the sugar sand beaches, dolphin-filled waters of St. Petersburg, and beautiful Pinellas County, where they just got that beach renourishment program completed over there with the Army Corps of Engineers. 6085 Bahia Del Mar Boulevard South, number 106, beautiful property from the Platinum MVP team. Got cash flow, and we got rental income we could show you on that one as well. Let's take a look at 9901 Bay Boulevard, Bay Drive, that is, in Gibsonton. This one's 4-bedroom, 3-bath, waterfront property, 3,500 square feet, quarter-acre lot, and you're just striking distance from Tampa, about 20 minutes or so. You're going to be in Tampa. You got a covered dock, electric lift, 135 feet of frontage on the river, and a beautiful listing right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. You can see all of our radio, TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
She ain't prejudiced, he's just made in America.
All right, Mark Haye, 21st Century and Capital, Tax, and Wealth. people are buying artwork. There's a lot of loopholes in the tax code. Let's
there
go through
is.
it, man.
You know, let's just use real estate and say you have a rental property, an Airbnb, a long-term rental, and you want to buy art to furnish this rental property. You can do it for any business, you know, office, etc. But we'll just use real estate since we're here. So people go and you can anonymously buy art. So when you buy a piece of real estate or a stock or something, your name's attached to it. Whereas with art, you can be anonymous. So you'll see a lot of these auctions where art goes for $10 million to an anonymous buyer. That's because you don't have to put your name on it. But you do get a lot of tax incentives. And so let's say you bought art, and art is subjective. It could be whatever you want it to be and worth whatever you want it to be. It's subjective. So let's say you have a rental property and you need to put art up on the wall in all the bedrooms and living room and kitchen and everything else. And so you go and spend $1 million on this art. I'm just using that number.
Sure.
We're going to spend $1 million on this art. You can 100% deduct that $1 million. So these wealthy people that go and buy art, and we use Hunter Biden as a joke, you know, when he scribbles on a piece of paper and sells it for $500,000.
Yeah.
They buy it for $500,000. Well, they get to deduct $500,000 off their income. And then obviously they're pushing money to Hunter Biden, whoever else, you know, friends for that. But they get to deduct that. So using our $1 million for simple math, if you're in the highest tax bracket of, say, 40%, and you buy a piece of art, that saves you $400,000 in taxes that year.
Wow.
You know, 40%. And then you get to have that art inside the office building or your rental property, etc. But what's cool is if you hang on to that art for 3 years and you get it appraised. So let's say this art that you bought that was worth $1 million, you get it appraised, and now it's worth $5 million. Again, I'm just using numbers. And the appraiser comes back and says, yeah, it's worth $5 million. And you said, I'm going to donate this art now to a museum, a charity of choice, a school, wherever. You can then deduct the $5 million appraisal price that current year on your taxes. So again, using a 40% tax rate for your highest tax bracket, that saves you $2 million that year in taxes. So if you just listen to what we did $1 million worth of art. Okay, we got 2 deductions, one on the front end for $1 million, one on the back end for $5 million because that's what it appraised at. And we gave that away to a charity of choice, a museum, a school, etc. So that would have saved us $2.5–3 million in taxes. You spent $1 million.
Yeah,
we just saved $3 million in taxes, and you got to enjoy this art. Now, you probably see all these wealthy people with what quote unquote art foundations.
Right.
You know, they go and make these art foundations and they donate, you know, to the art foundation. Well, you get that appraised after 3 years, and again, it comes back at $5 million, and you want to donate it to your own art foundation. You can still get the $5 million tax deduction, and then you get to keep the art forever in your own art foundation, and then keep displaying it in your art foundation, quote unquote. So art is a very lucrative asset to own via and as an investment. You know, if you really do buy a piece of art, hopefully it does appreciate. You know what I mean? It's going to be worse up and down the road. But you do get a lot of tax incentives, and that's why these wealthy people go and buy these art at these art auctions and undisclosed this and then donate it to their charity or to their own art foundation because it's a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
You get to deduct the entire purchase price on the front end, and then the back end, you get it appraised, you get deducted again, the same piece of art. And in our example, we use big numbers, $1 million to buy it, $5 million was the appraisal. So you essentially got a $6 million deduction on your taxes and on the overall, 3-year period.
Wow.
That saves an exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah.
If you did this every single year, you could offset and eliminate taxes and own a collection of art that could be worth a ton of money down the road.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Now, I love seeing, I watched Sylvester Stallone other day. He did an interview, and they were walking through his house. Start noticing their houses.
Exactly.
You can see there's so much artwork on their walls, in their offices. Yeah. And you start realizing, they're not buying that art because, they're art enthusiasts. No, they're buying it because they're saving millions of dollars in taxes.
Take advantage of the tax code.
And owning this piece of art that hopefully appreciates and is worth money. But then, like I said, you can get it appraised, just donate it back to yourself via an arts foundation or to a school, charity, etc. Get another deduction. So if you started doing this, if you bought art this year, right, then bought art next year, come year 3, buy art, get the other one appraised, now you're getting 2 deductions a year.
Yeah.
Start the ball rolling. Buy one piece of art a year for a property, a rental property, or office. Buy the next year. Buy the next year. Now all of a sudden we're getting the things appraised. We're giving it away to your art foundation or a museum or a school. I know a lot of people are very inclined to give to their college, give to their high school. Tampa Jesuit, I use them because I have friends that coach the football team there, and there's people are always donating there, money, whether it's art or whatever. But there's people that legitimately want to do that, and these schools are nice schools and nice museums. They're more than welcome to take art that's given to them to put on the wall, but you get a massive deduction, and then you get your name on a plaque. Donated by Brandon Rimes. What a guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but you're saving so much money in taxes to do this.
I love it.
And
it's similar. Also, you see, when you look at like Elon Musk's tax structure or his income structure, right? So he took a lot of incentives in terms of give me more stock, right? Instead of cash or a salary, they'll take these stock incentives, stocks options, and then ultimately they're going to borrow money against that later. And then the trick there is, right, it's a loan. Yeah. It's not income, right, Mark?
Yep. So then, what these people do, these wealthy people, anybody can do this. You save this kind of money in taxes. So in our scenario, we saved $2.5 million in our example over a 3-year period. What do you do with that money? And so instead of the government getting $2.5 million, you have $2.5 million back in your pocket. Well, then these people are going out and buying big chunks of life insurance. Well, why are they doing big chunks of life insurance? Because they store the cash inside cash value. The reason they do that is because they're making a guaranteed rate. It's tax-free. So in their tax bracket, they have to go off and make 7, 8, 10% a year to net their 5, 6% inside the cash value, protected from assets. They could pull money from it. And then there's a giant death benefit. So I'm sure people have heard, be your own bank and have a family bank. That's all it is. They're getting life insurance on all the members of their family. And if they ever need a loan like a mortgage, they just loan it from the cash value. And then like you said, they take it as a loan. They loan against the cash value. And then you can write off the interest from the life insurance loan if it's for business expense. Like we want to go buy an office building for this business, or my son needs a new car for this business, whatever. If you take it as a loan from the life insurance, you get to write off that interest, and you pay zero income tax, and you die. There's a big death benefit that comes tax free. So why are these people doing it? Like, for example, the largest one that was sold was like $205 million face amount, and there's like 19 different companies because no one life insurance company is going to take that much risk. So it's like 19 different companies. He's paying $1.5 million a month as his premium. He's a Silicon Valley billionaire tech guy. But why is he putting $15 million, $20 million a year inside these contracts when Susie Orman and Dave Ramsey say, "Oh, these are terrible, investments"? Why is who Warren Buffett? He went and bought like $250 million worth of other people's life insurance policies. So people that sell life insurance, he's buying it. Because of the tax advantages, he can put cash in it. They die, it comes to him tax free. He can take it then and invest it. So they're saving the money on the taxes, and then they're putting it into a vehicle that's never taxed. And then if it's done properly, it could pay the estate tax-free, the income tax. You can inherit the entire estate tax-free, whether it's real estate, et cetera, because the life insurance is going to pay off the government.
Yeah, it's amazing. And
you look at amazing
even
product.
Our president, with what he's done with real estate, that step-up cost basis or utilizing the depreciation. There's all the different strategies there. If you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Mark Haye, Capital Tax and Wealth. He's our financial advising expert contributor here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes, Platinum MVP team, Keller Realty, always helping you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, investing in real estate, taking advantage of the tax code, utilizing the tax code to your advantage, whether it's artwork, write-offs, the Augusta rule, paying your kids for being Instagram models. I mean, there's lots of ways, lots of things we talked to Mark Haye about over the years. 813-917-1894 if you want to talk and get a little bit of insight on that. 813-917-1894. Call the hotline or hit us up online at consumerqb.com. I want to come back to more of those tips and tricks, Mark, but I wanted to get to this one. While the state of Florida and Governor DeSantis is working hard here in the state, getting it on the ballot. It's passed the state and the Senate now, so it's heading to the Florida state. We're working on significant tax reform here to help out our primary residence owners here in Tampa Bay. Meanwhile, the New York State legislature is hard at work up there, Mark, and they're working on a bill to replace mother and father with gender-neutral terms. So it's passed the New York State Assembly and it's gone to Hochul's desk. So New York Democrats recently passed a bill that would remove the words mother and father from parts of the state law, sending the legislation to the governor. It's targeting state custody, child custody, and parental laws. Mother becomes gestating parent, and father becomes non-gestating parent, and paternity becomes parentage. And it's just absolute pandering to the radical leftists, the trans community, the 0.01 that makes up our population of over 300, and I think we're right around 350 million people now. So there you go. In Florida, what a contrast. What a contrast there. And happy Father's Day coming up to all the great fathers out there, those that actually earn that title. But this really, makes me think about how it's promoting satanic and demonic ideals, and it's directly out of the pits of hell. This directly contradicts Judeo-Christian beliefs that's been around for thousands of years. 2,000 or 300,000 years, or 2,000 or 3,000 years that has been around. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And of course, we had a great Mother's Day recently, and you wonder why people are fleeing New York in droves. Mark, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, and I actually read something maybe a week or so ago that New York, California, and Illinois, Roth IRAs, I'm just shifting gears, but Roth IRAs are tax-free. An IRA is taxable later, or Roth IRA is tax-free. They want to put a state income tax on Roth withdrawals.
Of course they do.
Now, Roth IRAs are tax-free, federal, et cetera, but they want to be taxed at a state level. Now, here in Florida, we don't have any state income tax, so thank the Lord we don't have to worry about it. But if you're in New York, California, and that does pass, which I don't see why it wouldn't, why would they not pass this?
Yeah.
You're going to pay state income tax. Well, California, let's use them, is 13%. You just went from 0% to 13% on something that should be tax-free, that you told were tax-free, that you invested it because it's tax-free.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden now you pull out in the state of California, you got 13% state income on that asset. I mean, that's a massive blow,
it is.
especially if you're retiring off of that.
It is. And we're going to use the visual here in the next segment, but we got to take a quick break there, and then we're going to come back more with Mark Haye, Capital, Tax, and Wealth. Also, Florida Keys sets a record. Dave Portnoy, record sale in the Florida Keys. Find out the price tag on this mansion he just bought, waterfront estate down in Isla Mirada, Florida Keys. Quick break, right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon BRimes here for my friend Captain Jimmy Hartley, owner of Salty Water Fishing Charters. You can find him online, saltywaterfishingcharters.com. He took me and my son out, and we caught some snooks, some redfish, some trout, had a great time on the Tampa Bay waters. Reach out to the show, and we'll put you in touch with Captain Jimmy Hartley, saltywaterfishingcharters.com, 813-917-1894, 813-917-1894. I want to tell you about our employee benefits program. This is a really cool package that we offer for employers out there. Education, guidance, incentives. So a real estate benefit that you can add for no cost. Partner with companies of all sizes to provide valuable real estate education, exclusive employee incentives, and trusted guidance through every step of the buying, selling, or investing process. At no cost, we're going to empower your employees, strengthen your company, and build brighter futures for them. Educational seminars, first-time buyer support, employee incentives, luxury, upsize expertise, new construction, building, as well as investment opportunities. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. You can reach us at 813-917-1894. Check us out online at consumerqb.com. Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleanings, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast.
Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk about Dave Portnoy's record-breaking Florida Keys purchase here coming up. And Mark's going to break it down on the back end on how that works taxation-wise. 13451 Hampton Park Court, Fort Myers. Beautiful listing. Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. This is three-bedroom, two-bath, two-car garage. 1,883 square feet, just under a quarter-acre lot. Beautiful home here, split floor plan on a lake with a water feature. You've got a great opportunity to own real estate close to the beaches, close to Florida's stunning Gulf beaches there, Fort Myers Beach, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Bell Tower Shops. 13451 Hampton Park Court. Check it out. Beautiful home right here in sunny South Florida. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, so here's the record sale. Would you pay $27.8 million for this? Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy just made Florida Keys real estate history with the purchase of a record-breaking waterfront compound in Isla Mirada. 1.65 acres of bayfront property, 150 feet of private water frontage, 8 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, 2 swimming pools, private dock and boat ramp. You've got a 180 bottle glass wine cellar, custom marble, outdoor kitchen with pizza oven, 4-car garage, originally listed at $31.2, sold for $27.8, making it the highest residential sale. Here's a bigger question. If you had $27.8 million to spend, would you choose A, this Florida Keys compound, B, waterfront estate in Palm Beach, C, a luxury penthouse in Miami, or D, multiple investment properties? Mark, hey, what say you?
I would definitely take a multiple. I would do an apartment complex for $28 million because you probably get a ton of people. $5,000 a unit.
Yeah.
5,000 units at $3,000 a month. That's $15 million a month of rental income. Definitely do that. But he already owns a house in Miami, so I'm assuming this is going to be like an investment property, a rental, or whatever. He's going to use it for maybe Barstool Sports to do stuff there. But if he paid $28 million. What he's going to be doing is the Barstool Sports is going to take the loan, the mortgage. The company will pay the mortgage. They'll deduct the interest, which will be a massive interest deductions against the company. So he doesn't have to come out of pocket. Then he'll do a cost segregation so he can do a bonus depreciation. So instead of waiting 27.5 years to depreciate, he'll do it all in 1 year, which is roughly $14 million of a non-cash deduction, by the way. He doesn't have to put up the money. He gets a $14 million in his tax bracket. That saves him $6 million in taxes.
Yeah.
That's really why he's doing it.
Right.
Where are you going to put the money to save that kind of money for taxes and free it up and then have the company take the loan out, use it for the company, pay the interest as a deduction? The interest is probably going to be like $20,000 a month. There's another big interest deduction, so it's very smart.
Maybe he sells his Miami pad. He's tired of partying at South Beach and he just wants to go fishing with Jimmy Johnson.
Miami's played out. I'd rather go to the Keys anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
all right, Mark Haye, you can find him online. Where can they find you online?
Yeah,
Mark?
you can text me 727-804-7220. I'll be happy to answer, do a review, and we can talk about it all in depth.
Get a review and reach out to the show. Coming up, Daniel White. We're going to talk insurance coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show. We got Daniel White joining us, SSW Insurance Agency, longtime friend of the show. He's our insurance expert, contributor, all things relating to insurances, property casualty, businesses, liability, all different types of insurances. We can have you reach out to the show. We'll put you in touch with Danny. We're also going to talk about the visual of the week. We've got where Americans moved in 2025. The latest map just came out showing the net migration. So you've got in-migration to states in the South like Texas, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, of course, Alabama, Arkansas. And then you got exit migration, out migration from, of course, the standard culprits, your Illinois, Chicago, you got New York and California. So we're going to touch base on that here coming up as well. Consumer Quarterback Show, as you know, we're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We always feature our real estate listings on air. We've got some very unique listings right now, too. We always carry some vacant land, commercial, residential properties. 11101 Sumner Road in Waimama. We've got a vegetable farm for sale. This is really cool because if you're that agricultural type of guy, maybe a little bit of a country boy, you got a 1,600 square foot single family home here, 5 acres of land with a fully functional farm that's producing $6,000 to $8,000 a monthly vegetable revenue. And you got an AR zoning, so you're going to be paying less in taxes there. You're close to 301 and I-75, right there in Sumner Road, Waimama, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We also have vacant land for sale. Let's take a look at Boatyard Drive in Hudson. We got a vacant parcel of land. This one is in Hudson, Florida, on the corner lot. You're on the Gulf of America here. You got 0.37 acre. This is a double Gulf front lot. And you've got 176 feet of brand new concrete seawall, boat ramp that was recently redone, northern edge of Werner Boyce Salt Springs State Park. That's a mouthful. You're 45 minutes from Tampa International Airport, Hudson Beach, just a short golf cart ride away. Boatyard Drive here, Boatyard Drive, Hudson, Florida. Great opportunity. You can see all of our listings, Platinum MVP Team. .kw.com, and you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors. And go ahead and click on over to our YouTube channel. Check out our Instagram at consumerqb.com. All right, Danny White back on the show. Daniel, what's new in the insurance space, my friend?
Well, first, man, it's good to be back. Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah, man. Yep, blessed and highly favored, brother.
Yeah. Well, you know, we are in the mix, Brandon, of hurricane season. Just started June 1st. It's going to ride all the way through November 30th. And, you know, I think that's what the team and everybody else is doing is preparing for that, making sure that we know exactly what we have on our deck pages, what kind of coverages we have, and what kind of coverages we don't have. So a lot of phone calls, a lot of reaching out here, a lot of reviews going on. So that's kind of where we are in the insurance world right now for hurricane season.
Yeah. Are you noticing any decreases in premiums? Have you seen or heard people calling up saying, hey, that's great, I'm glad I shopped my rate. I know I saved some money with you guys.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the competition, if I want to say competition, you know, there's a lot of new carriers, again, that have come to the state of Florida that are doing the right thing. They're writing insurance. They're taking on new policies from our state insurance company. And, you know, the more of those carriers that come in, the more competitive the rate gets. And I've definitely seen some decreasing. I like to tell everybody, if if you haven't looked at your policies in, say, 3 or 4 years, because we all get comfortable paying our insurance or just paying automatic things that renew, let's take a look at it. Let's review, because typically, like yours, I mean, there's a nice savings there. I've seen it on average, maybe this past 30 days or so, average savings probably anywhere from $300 to $600. That's what I've seen.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take $300, $600.
Heck yeah. No, that's great news, man. I like that. And so you've got, the taxes in Florida. Of course, that's on the ballot. So we have an opportunity to vote ourselves a tax cut here in the state of Florida. And I see some of this negativity online about it, and I just think how sad or how man, it's hard to describe people that would actually go against tax reductions, here in the state of Florida. So we've got that possibility. So if we can do that, if we can bring insurances down, which it seems like there's been more competition throughout the state. Can you speak to that, Danny? Are you seeing more of the carriers coming back in as well, maybe creating a little bit more of a market?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's an abundance of new carriers to the state. There's still some that are working out, probably their contracts and stuff like that here with the state of Florida. But yeah, there's definitely some aggressive insurance carriers that are wanting to write business. They are doing whatever they can to provide additional discounts. Some of these carriers now, they may not write auto insurance, but if your insurance agent has their auto insurance and you're writing the home and it's inside the agency, you can get a discount for that. There are carriers that do give multi-policy discounts. So there's a lot of new creative ways that insurance companies are trying to come up with savings. For a while, Florida was a little crazy when it comes to the insurance. I think it's streamlined a little bit, and it is heading in the right direction. And homeowners have a lot more options. We all like options, and they're available. Again, I tell people, if you haven't spoken to your insurance agent or you haven't spoken to an insurance agency office in a while, reach out. Let's take a look at it and see what you have.
Yeah, I love it. Reach out to the show, 813-917-1894. And it really makes our day when you reach out and you contact us and we put you in touch with our expert contributors. And, they're able to help you, walk you through the different decisions that you're making. Danny White, SSW Insurance Agency. Get a review as well. Hey, who couldn't use to save an extra couple $100 maybe here on your insurances, your property casualty, your business, all different types of insurances. Danny can go over that with you. InsureWithSSW.com, InsureWithSSW.com, also ConsumerQB.com, of course. You can find our information there as well. And I want to go to our visual of the week. This is where Americans moved in 2025. So we're talking about the biggest losers and the biggest winners in the country in terms of where did people move? Where did they migrate to? All right, so number one, where did people dip out of? You're looking at Massachusetts at number one, 37.9 are fleeing Massachusetts, another Democrat-run city or state. New York, number two, 28.2%. Getting out of New York has been a priority for especially business owners up there. High cost of living, 55,000 people leaving the state in 2025. Coming in at number three, let's see here, is going to be Maryland. So they're leaving Maryland, home to Annapolis, Maryland, the Naval Academy, and some great military folks up there. New Jersey's up at the top there. Number four, California, of course, 25%. 25 is their net loss in terms of migration, coming in at per 10,000 inhabitants, 25.1. So that's about 25,000 plus leaving the state. You've got Kansas, surprisingly, coming in at number five. I wonder what's going on in Kansas. I haven't followed that much, but, Alaska's right up there as well. People are leaving Alaska. Now, where are they moving to? Let's see. The number one state in the country with the fastest per capita growth, South Carolina. Somewhat surprisingly, I say. But 79.7 is their score ranking. Again, that's gain of 10,000 plus inhabitants, 79.7 times 10,000. Is that number. Then you've got number two coming in for gain, Idaho. surprisingly enough, that's a lot of transplants from California moving out of there, Washington State, even Oregon with their leftist Marxist policies. And you see what they're doing out there with the slow play on the ballots to the guys that are running for L.A. mayor and governor. Unbelievable that the steal is in, apparently, out in California. You got also, let's see, number 3 is going to be Tennessee, plus 43.6. Alabama coming in 36.6. Arkansas, 33.3. And then Oklahoma's right there. Texas, of course. Florida's got 6.9. But, I think a lot of people have already moved to Florida. I think that's the key there, that, a lot of people have already moved. But it's very interesting to see this map. If you haven't looked at it, you got to check out our YouTube channel, and hopefully we'll clip this out, and you'll be able to look at it. But you can see people are voting with their feet. They're voting with their wallets and pocketbooks. They're saying, hey, we're taxed enough already. And by the way, we don't like the crime either in some of these Democrat-run states, these where you see these judges, these leftist judges allowing people to come out. It reminds you of something out of old school Russia, Soviet Union of old. But anyways, let's go back to our insurance expert, Danny White, Consumer Quarterback Show insurance expert contributor. Danny, what else are you seeing out there, man? What else is new?
Well, I'll tell you, following up with your last piece there, my friend, I was thinking Texas and Florida and North Carolina were going to be on the top of that list. But, okay. So I also want to touch base with the review possibilities and everything. If anyone listening to the show or anyone calls into the station or calls our agency, if you go to the website, you can, right on the first page, you can start your process in getting your review, and it comes directly to all the agents when you fill that information out, whether it's you're looking for home insurance or auto insurance. So it's a great way to get started. And then we will reach out because it asks for your email, your phone number, all of that good stuff, and we can make it happen usually within 1 to 2 days for you. So
awesome. I love that. Yeah, go ahead and get a review and take a look at the insurances. And I remember reading a story, too, earlier in the year. Citizens did major price drops. I think it was something like 8.7% throughout the state. And some of the counties had a lot of policies like Broward and Dade. Some of those folks saw a lot of decreases in their insurances. Danny?
Yeah, I'm not getting screamed at anymore, right? There are some cases, people have multiple claims and stuff like that. But, yeah, I think across the board in the state of Florida, I think the insurance boards and the carriers are doing a good job. We're not going to make everybody happy. I get it. There are still those policies out there when you're on the water that could be, $15,000, $20,000 a year, but your backyard is a beach. It's not, a conservation lot or so here inland Orlando, Tampa area. So, I do see some positive signs in as an insurance agent. I know I'm an agency owner and people may think I'm biased, but I'm happy with the way that things are trending in the insurance world, both on the home side and on the auto side of things. Commercial, there's a lot more commercial carriers out here, again, trying to grab business, trying to process additional discounts for everyone. So, time for a review. If you haven't, it's time for a review.
Yeah, and there's a lot of reason to be, optimistic as well. Entrepreneurs and small businesses are choosing Tampa Bay in record numbers. Small business owners are relocating to Tampa Bay at record rates. And you'll see a lot of the reasons why. Florida's low taxes, pro-business environment, deregulation, of course, driving the real estate boom. You also find the common sense law and order policies, backing the blue, processing the criminals, keeping the criminals in jail, not allowing them out for every single chance that a judge gets. Although we have a little bit of that. Also, NAR reports existing home sales rise 4.2% in May of 2026. National existing home sales rose 4.2% in May of 2026 compared to April, according to the National Association of Realtors, marking the second consecutive month of growth as buyers return to the market amid stabilizing rates. Also, here's an interesting story. Republican bill would expand mortgage deduction and eliminate capital gains on home sales. So Republicans advanced a tax reform package in June that would expand the mortgage interest deduction for primary residences and eliminate federal capital gains taxes on home sales below $750,000, rewarding home ownership and family investment. That could be a big one, Danny.
That could be huge, man. Yeah, that could be definitely a huge one. I was kind of also here looking at kind of what the average interest rates are, on the mortgages and stuff like that. And I've seen a couple here lately, like right around 5%, 5.2, stuff like that. Have you seen that?
Yeah, and the thing is, too, we've got a lender that's working with us that's willing to buy down the rate as a lender credit. So there's some special stuff going on, some incentives to try to kick up. Mortgage applications are down slightly. So what we want to do is try to generate interest in ways that we can. We've got some great listings, of course. We've got a great negotiation team. I'm a certified negotiation expert. So I would say just let us take a look at what you've got. Let's take a look at your situation, and we'll help you with that, in that way. Because a lot of times, too, when you look at the selling side, the listing side, that is, these sellers really want to sell. They're motivated. They either need to or have a want to. And they essentially want to be, closer to work, closer to the beach, closer to grandkids, whatever it might be. They're willing to give concessions maybe that they might not have done in previous years, Danny.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. So you've got that situation where you got seller concessions.
I do. Yeah. I mean, I think in a real estate transaction, everybody wants to be a winner. If you're not willing to negotiate and work with a buyer or seller, whichever side you're on, you're going for punishment, right? You're not going to sell. So if you're willing to negotiate and you're willing to make some moves and you really want to sell the house, you're going to sell the house.
Yeah, exactly. All right, quick break right back here. Consumer Quarterback Show. We're talking with Danny White, SSW Insurance Agency. We're going to talk with him. Also, PepsiCo to launch driverless future deliveries. These big trucks with no drivers in them. What's your thoughts around that? Quick break right back here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at DavidReynoldsJewelryandCoin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. PepsiCo embraces a driverless future for deliveries. And you've also got other companies out there like Waymo and some of these others that are using the autonomous vehicle model. I want to ask Danny about that here coming up. Find out from an insurance perspective what he's seeing there, what he's hearing there, and what he thinks may happen with that. How will that affect the insurance rates out there? 10001 Waterworks Lane in Riverview. Another beautiful listing that we've got here in Riverview, Florida, Hillsborough County. Great opportunity to buy. This is 2 acres on a waterfront. You've got a 2-2, 1765 square feet, private, gated 2 acres on the lake. And you've got a beautiful building here, detached 2-car garage. This could be a single-family home or possibly utilized as an office. The current owner is utilizing it as an office space. 10001 Waterworks Lane, Riverview, Florida. Another beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, always helping you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, investing, refinancing. 10248 Carlo Way Hills Drive in Waimama. We got another listing there in Waimama. Beautiful property, Hillsborough County. This is a 322, just under 1,500 square feet. This is located in the desirable Stone Ridge at Ayersworth community. Open, airy layout, high ceilings, tile flooring throughout, split floor plan. Kitchen has warm wood cabinetry, sleek black appliances, and a convenient breakfast bar and island. Fully fenced-in backyard as well. 10248 Carlaway Hills Drive, Waimama, Florida. Beautiful property from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. You can see all of our listings online and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Only in America.
All right, Daniel White, SSW Insurance Agency. PepsiCo embraces this driverless future. They've deployed 41 driverless trucks to deliver products to a handful of states, making it likely the first major U.S. commercial goods company to do so. Per the Wall Street Journal, the vehicles use cameras, sensors, autonomous tracking. The company that provides the trucks is Gatic. As of many PepsiCo drivers are also sales reps, it gives them more time to go visit their clients. What say you, Danny? What's the risk there? What do you think about this?
Man, I think it's time to embrace it. I've been watching it and kind of following it, and it's very similar to like AI. There's 50% of us that are scared. There's 50% of us that are going to embrace it because they want to see what's going to happen. Is it going to work? Is it going to fail? You said it right there at the end of the segment there. It allows the drivers and the salespeople to be salespeople, right? To talk to their clients, communicate with their clients, be more personable, and focus on other things. Why this is happening, right? So, for me, it's exciting. I like it. I've definitely embraced it. When it comes to the whole insurance side, I'm sure the insurance industry is working to put a plan together. Because it seems to be working, and if it does, it's just going to continue to get bigger and bigger. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, man. Definitely moving towards that way, and it's undeniable at this point, kind of like the AI battle. Hey, are we going to have robot armies? I mean, they're already developing these things. The drones, we saw how Ukraine took back some key war space there, or they pushed the line back. In other words, utilizing drones. It's interesting to see where this technology is going. Daniel White, SSW Insurance, insure with SSW.com. Final thoughts, back to you, and how can people connect with you, Danny?
Sure. Website's great. Phone number 813-999-2195. There's 4 agents in the office, including myself as well. We're here Monday through Friday. We are looking to just help, whether it's home insurance, auto insurance, commercial insurance, anything insurance other than health insurance. But we have amazing partners, I'm sure you do as well, Brandon, that you work with. But before we close, I just want to let everybody know, listen, we are in hurricane season. It is super, super important that you have your hand on your declaration page. You know what coverages you have. Call your insurance carrier. Make sure that the coverage is active. Understand what your deductibles are. Some carriers will let you change, increase, decrease deductibles, make modifications. Some wait for renewal time. So, again, just please reach out to your insurance carrier. If you can't get a hold of them or it seems to be a mess, give us a call. We are here to help.
All right, Danny White, thanks for joining us. Another great show. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.